If you rely on Social Security or SSI, you know how tight things get, especially with Thanksgiving and the holidays right around the corner. Every unexpected expense feels like a major setback, and every extra dollar matters. That's why we need to talk about a unique scheduling shift happening right now. For millions of recipients, the official payment calendar is creating an urgent but complex situation. What if I told you that your bank account is scheduled to receive 2 full benefit deposits in the same calendar month? This is not a new stimulus check from Congress, and it's not the holiday bonus the rumors are claiming. It's a verified, scheduled calendar event that impacts your budget, and you must understand exactly who qualifies and, critically, how to budget for it. We'll clarify the payment timing rule and, in the second half of the video, confirm the brand new, permanent 2.8% COLA for 2026. Stay with me, because knowing these 2 key dates could be the difference between peace of mind and financial stress this holiday season. The SSI rule. Why you get paid early. Let's start with the big news, which mostly affects those of you receiving Supplemental Security Income, or SSI. This is where the surprise early payment is coming from. Here's the simple rule from the Social Security Administration, SSA. Your SSI payment is always scheduled for the first day of the month. But if the first falls on a weekend or a federal holiday, the SSA sends the money 1 business day early. This is exactly what's happening this year. November 1st is a Saturday, so the SSA cannot send your funds that day. Instead, they must move the payment up to the preceding business day, which is Friday, October 31st. This means you will see your November SSI payment deposit in your bank account on October 31st. When you look at your October bank statement, you will notice 2 payments. Your regular October payment on the 1st and the early November payment on the 31st. This is why people call it an extra boost. But please remember, it is not extra money. It is your regular payment simply arriving 31 days early. The payment you get on October 31st is intended to cover your expenses for the month of November. This is a huge advantage for Thanksgiving budgeting, but it comes with a major catch. Because you received the November payment in October, you will not receive an SSI payment in November at all. Your next check after October 31st won't arrive until December 1st, which will be your payment for December. You must budget that early check to last for 5 weeks. For example, if you are 72, like Dorothy in Indiana, and you rely on that check for rent and utilities, the October 31st deposit needs to be carefully planned out to cover all of November and last until December. Knowing this date is the only way to avoid a financial shock. Social Security payment dates, the regular schedule. Now, let's talk about the rest of the payment schedules, which affect retirees, those on Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, and survivors. The dates for these benefits are generally different from the SSI schedule. First, if you are one of the millions who receive both Social Security and SSI, your SSI payment follows the early rule we just discussed, arriving October 31st. Your Social Security payment, however, follows a different schedule. If you started receiving Social Security benefits before May 1997, or if you receive both SS and SSI, your Social Security payment will arrive on Monday, November 3rd. For the majority of other Social Security recipients, your payment date is determined by your birthday. If your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of any month, your payment will arrive on the 2nd Wednesday of November, November 12th. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th of any month, your payment will arrive on the 3rd Wednesday of November, November 19th. If your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st of any month, your payment will arrive on the 4th Wednesday of November, November 26th. You might also be a veteran or a widow receiving survivor benefits whose deposit cycles match up with an early release date, just like Maria in Florida. She's not on SSI, but her bank always posts deposits a day or 2 early before a major holiday. This means she might see her funds hit her account around November 12th, ahead of Thanksgiving week. The bottom line is that while many people will see funds arrive before Thanksgiving, only the SSI group is guaranteed the October 31st date due to the official calendar rule. Everyone else follows a regular, scheduled date, but that timing is perfect for preparing for the holidays. The permanent boost, the 2026 COLA increase. Now that we've covered the short-term scheduling change, let's pivot to the major long-term financial news that affects everyone on Social Security, SSI, and SSDI, the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. The Social Security Administration has officially announced the COLA for 2026 will be 2.8%. This is a permanent raise that helps your benefits keep up with inflation. You don't need to fill out any forms, and you don't need to apply for this. It happens automatically. This increase officially kicks in starting in January 2026. However, some SSI recipients may see their first higher payment arrive as early as late December 2025, since SSI payments often get paid slightly ahead of time. Let's talk numbers to make this real. The 2.8% increase is applied to your current monthly benefit. For the average retired worker, who currently receives about $1,900 a month, a 2.8% increase means about $53 more each month. Your new total will be roughly $1,953 per month. Over the course of a year, that $53 adds up to over $630 in extra spending power. This could cover a lot of things, like dental checkups or a few months of prescription refills. If you are on SSI and your standard monthly payment is around $914, the 2.8% increase will add about $25 more per month. Your new amount will be roughly $939 once the COLA takes effect. This adjustment is calculated by the government using something called the CPIW, which is the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. It's essentially a way to measure how much prices for everyday goods and services have changed. The SSA uses this formula every year to protect your benefits from losing value because of rising prices. Budgeting the early funds and navigating inflation. It's important to look at this news clearly. You have two positive events, an early payment date for SSI and a permanent COLA increase starting in January. But we must be honest about what this means for your budget. First, let's go back to the early SSI payment hitting on October 31st. We mentioned you must budget carefully because you won't get a second check in November. Think of that early deposit not as extra, but as a crucial cushion you need to stretch until December 1st. Using it to cover your Thanksgiving groceries is a great idea, but only if you have already set aside enough money from that check to cover your November rent, power, and medical copays. Treat it as your November survival fund delivered early. Second, while the 2.8% COLA is helpful, it might not feel like a full raise. Why? Because while the government has confirmed the COLA, we are also expecting the announcement of the new Medicare Part B premium. History shows us that when the Medicare Part B premium rises, that extra cost is automatically deducted from your Social Security payment. The premium is expected to rise again, and this increase will eat into some of your new COLA dollars. This is why every dollar still helps. You earned these benefits, and you should use them to gain peace of mind. Just remember, always beware of scammers online. Ignore any post claiming that every senior gets a big, extra holiday check. That is false. The only real and verified information is the SSA's calendar shift for SSI and the official 2.8% COLA. Protect your money and your identity by relying only on verified facts. You've got two verified pieces of news, an early payment date for some before the holiday, and a permanent 2.8% COLA coming soon. Now, let's make sure you take action on this information to lock in these benefits and protect yourself. Here is your quick 5-step checklist for the month of November. First, log into My Social Security. Go to ssa.gov/myaccount. This is the fastest, safest way to see your official payment date, verify your direct deposit information, and check the status of your upcoming 2026 COLA notice. Make sure all your details are correct to avoid payment delays. Second, review your Medicare plan. Open enrollment for Medicare runs through December 7th. Since we know the Medicare Part B premium will likely rise next year and eat into some of your COLA increase, now is the perfect time to review your options. Look into different plans, especially if you think you might qualify for extra help or a Medicare savings program. Third, check for financial assistance. If your income is tight, don't wait. Call your local SHIP office. That stands for State Health Insurance Assistance Program, or your local area agency on aging. They can help you apply for critical programs like QMB, SLMB, or QI. These programs can potentially cover your Medicare Part B premiums, which is a significant way to save money and keep your full COLA increase in your pocket. Fourth, review your monthly budget. If you are an SSI recipient and you got that early payment on October 31st, decide right now how you will use that cash through the entire month of November. Remember, you won't get another SSI check until December 1st. Plan where that money is going, be it for heating oil, essential medication, or bills, to ensure you have peace of mind through Thanksgiving. 5. Look into tax withholding, Form W-4V. If you are currently having taxes withheld from your Social Security benefits, it's a good idea to review your Form W-4V. With the COLA adjustment coming in January, your total yearly income changes, and you might want to adjust your withholding amount before the new year to better manage your cash flow. So yes, the calendar is helping millions of seniors see funds before Thanksgiving. And yes, you have a confirmed 2.8% COLA raise coming soon. You've worked decades for these benefits. They are not gifts, but money you earned and paid into the system through every paycheck. We also want to look ahead. While the Medicare Part B premium announcement is still expected soon, we are also keeping an eye on proposed legislation in Congress, like H.R. 1130, the Bonus Tax Relief for America's Seniors Act. This bill is not law yet. It's still only in the introductory phase, but it would aim to increase the standard tax deduction for seniors starting in 2026. We will, of course, cover that update if it moves forward. But for now, take a breath. You are informed and prepared. Use this knowledge to plan, shop wisely, and celebrate the holiday season with less financial worry. Stay alert against scams, stay informed, and remember, you are part of a community. If this video helped clear up the dates and the COLA, please let us know by hitting the like button, subscribing, and turning on notifications for future updates. Let me ask you, if you receive SSI, how will you use that early payment to prepare for Thanksgiving? Drop your answers and tips in the comments below. Your experience might help someone else. Take care of yourselves and have a peaceful and happy holiday.